I'm Brett Tkacs with Puget Sound Safety Off-Road, talking about fuel valves. If your motorcycle has fuel injected, you don't have a fuel valve. Most street bikes are equipped with a vacuum-operated or automatic fuel valve, where dirt bikes and some street bikes have a manual fuel valve. The way to identify the difference between these is just look at the markings on the fuel valve. A street valve with an automatic valve is marked with an ON, an RES for reserve, and a PRI for prime, whereas a manual fuel valve will have an on position, a reserve position, and an off position. The way these positions work is when your motorcycle is in the on position, it draws fuel from a high level in the tank. When the fuel level drops below that point, then it sputters and acts like it's out of gas or out of fuel. Turn the valve to the reserve position and it draws the fuel from a lower point. That allows you enough fuel to get to a gas station to fuel back up. On a manual fuel valve, every time you turn off the motorcycle, you have to turn the valve to an off. That way it no longer allows gasoline to flow or fuel to flow. With the vacuum valves, they actually have a little draw here, so when the motorcycle is operating, it opens a diaphragm and allows the fuel to flow. When you turn off the motorcycle, the vacuum stops, the valve closes, and the fuel stops flowing. So that extra position on this particular valve, or an automatic valve, is marked with a PRI. It's a prime position. That's only intended if you run the bike completely out of gas and the bike won't start. You turn it to the prime position, allows gasoline to flow even though the motorcycle is not running. Once the motorcycle starts, you turn it in the on position and you leave it there. If you leave it in the prime position, the motorcycle potentially will allow fuel to run through the carburetor into the motor, causing very significant damage. So remember, if you have a prime position, the only time you use it is if you completely run out of gas. Otherwise, on or reserve.